All right. We have a question left before Mother takes it. One last email that was handed to me. And 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verses 20 through 22. And it speaks of, I'll read it real quick, beginning with verse 20. Okay. Then will I pluck them up by the roots out of my land, which I have given them, and this house, which I have sanctified for my name, and I will cast out of my sight, and will make it to be a proverb and a byword among all nations. And this house, which is high, shall be an astonishment to everyone who passes by it, so that he shall say, why has the Lord done thus unto this land and unto this house? And it shall be answered, because they forsook the Lord God of their fathers, which brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, and laid hold on their gods, and worshipped them, and served them. Therefore has he brought all this evil upon them. Those verses, 19 through 22, have been called the Solomonic covenant. And it is a conditional covenant, and which meaning that if Solomon or his sons forsook the Lord, which they did, the Lord will forsake them. And these two covenants basically proclaim the correct scriptural teaching on predestination. It is predestined that God would have a nation called Israel. That's the Davidic covenant. This and man's acceptance, rejection, failure, or otherwise does not alter the fact. However, who will actually be a part of the Israel which is saved will depend upon obedience. Actually, Paul said only a remnant would actually be saved. Romans 9:27. And then the question goes, does this mean that as this speaks of Israel and those who will be saved, do we associate the Gentile world in the same way? There will be saved and unsaved according to faith in Christ and obedience. Yes, that's what it means. It means anyone. This covenant of salvation is whosoever will, whether you're an Israelite or a Gentile, but it's all predicated upon what you do or don't do. The act of salvation is predestined. Who participates is not predestined.